Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another movie review. And today I am reviewing the 2005 Thomas movie, Calling All Engines. This was the very second Thomas movie ever released. So, for the plot of the movie, an airport is being built on the island of Sodor. But however, while this is happening, the steam engines and the diesel engines end up getting into a bit of a conflict after a few incidents. But after things go terribly wrong, but after everything goes terribly wrong, the steam engines and the diesel engines decide to put their differences aside and work together to help complete the Sodor airport. All right, now that I've discussed the film's plot, I'm going to discuss what I liked about the movie, what I didn't like about the movie, and how I would rewrite this film my own way. The first thing I really liked about the movie were the characters they brought back. Sure, I do it just like on my review on The Great Discovery. I wish they brought back some more characters in the movie rather than only a small amount. For the returnees in this movie, Daisy makes return. Diesel 10 and Lady also make returns, as well as Bill and Ben, who make a brief cameo. As well as Rusty, who up until that point in the series hadn't been seen since the show's 7th season, and as well as Derek, who gets a cameo in a music video. But overall, most of the returnees for Calling All Engines just felt pretty pointless, as after the Calling All Engines movie, none of them stuck around in this. None of them stuck around in the series. Lady and Derek, well, aside from Rusty, of course, Lady and Derek haven't been heard or seen since Calling All Engines. Although Derek was planned to return in the season 16 episode "Bust My Buffers," but was dropped from the episode. And Daisy had to wait. And for some reason, despite Daisy being brought back and Calling All Engines, the writers of the show during that time, for some reason, decided not to do anything with her character after the movie, which basically just made her return the movie completely pointless. And Daisy wouldn't become relevant again in the series up until Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure in 2015. So basically, most of the returns for the movie basically just felt completely pointless. Although I'd really wish that they had brought in a few more classic characters like Duck and Donald Douglas and Oliver, for example. As I've seen several Calling All Engines rewrites, several rewritten alternate versions of Calling All Engines, which have these characters in the movie, and I really wish that the writers and the executives at Hit Entertainment actually put those characters in the actual version of the movie. Another thing I really liked about Calling All Engines, and anyway, that's pretty much it for positives. Now on to negatives. The very first negative is the learning segments. The learning segments basically drag the film down to a complete halt and basically just feel completely pointless to the story. Heck, even the very first learning segment of the movie intentionally sets the film up for failure by making Thomas deliver bananas instead of bricks to help mend the decrepit Titmuth sheds. Like, what? Like, who at Hit Entertainment thought that this was a good idea? Like, did the writers were the writers making the film bad on purpose? I feel like the writers were intentionally setting the film up for failure. And another positive I loved about the movie was that Tidmouth Sheds got rebuilt with another shed, and Emily 100% deserved her spot at Tidmouth Sheds. I don't care what anyone else says. Emily rightfully deserved her spot at Tidmouth Sheds. Don't argue with me on that. So yeah, that's about it and speaking of Emily, since I am one of the few people out there who defends the hit era. I don't really mind Emily's portrayal in this movie, as I do kind of like her persona in the hit entertainment era, and I do like that the writers tried to give Emily flaws to make her more interesting, rather than just making her basically be a female version of Thomas. Although I think the writers went a tad bit overboard in making Emily a flawed character. I feel like if the writers had merged both her season 7 persona and her season 8 persona together, I feel like Emily's character could have been better throughout the remainder of the show. Another nitpick I have with Calling All Engines is that Toby doesn't get any speaking roles. Although, considering Toby's reputation in the series ever since Series 8, that was honestly for the better. And also, Diesel 10 also felt kind of pointless in this movie. Although I do like that the writers try to do something new with Diesel 10's character and make him sort of be like a middle grounder for the steam engine and diesel engine conflict in the movie. Now that I've discussed how my positives and negatives about the movie, I'm gonna talk about how I would rewrite this movie. The first major change I would do is that I would get rid of the learning segments completely, as the learning segments make the film drag on and just makes the film seem like an extended episode. I would also make the film feel more like an actual movie rather than just an extended episode or multiple episodes put together. I would also include some more. Another change I would make is that I would have Emily be the main character of the movie rather than Thomas, mainly because Emily hasn't gotten any lead roles in a movie, and I think that this movie would have been the perfect time to give her a lead role in the main lead of a movie. I'd also add more I would also give Daisy a bigger role, as well as give her some speaking roles. I'd also add more, and I'd also give Toby a few speaking lines as well. And I'd also add more characters into the movie, such as Lynn Douglas, Oliver, Stepney, Arthur, Murdoch, Fergus, Boko, and Spencer in the movie as well. And I would also have a few other characters appear in the movie, such as I would have the Pack appear in the movie, and I would have them help out with construction of the airport, and I would also have the other narrow gauge engines, aside from Rusty, since he already appear in the film as well. And I would also give Lady a bigger role as well in the film, and I would have her be and I would retcon her into being an actual character rather than being an imaginary character. And I would have this rewrite be like, and I would have my version of Calling All Engines be like, and I'd have my version of Calling All Engines be like Usual Bloke Luke's rewrite of the film. And I would also make Diesel 10 the antagonist of the movie. And so for my version of Diesel 10 in my rewritten version of Calling All Engines, I would have Diesel 10 as well as Diesel, Airy, Burt, and Splatter and Dodge try to sabotage the work on the Sodor airport. by intentionally causing accidents everywhere. But then eventually Diesel 10 as well as Diesel, Airy, Bert, and Splatter and Dodge are all found out, and Diesel 10 as well as Splodge are sent back to the mainland in disgrace, whilst Diesel, Airy, and Bert are all punished by being sent to work at the quarry. And so yeah, that's how I'd rewrite Calling All Engines. If you like this video, then go subscribe to my channel. Anyways, bye.